guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm super excited to bring you this thrift flip, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. I had picked up this vase several years ago actually for $7, and I've had it. I used it in my decor a little bit here and there, but it just wasn't speaking to me, but I did keep it. So I have decided to do something to it, and through some research and Pinterest scrolling, I did come up with a really neat idea, I think anyways. I am going to be using several different acrylic paints for this project, and I will also use some chalk paint. So the acrylic paint that I am using are red, brown, black, and spun gold. I think it's spun gold. No, I think it's antique gold. Sorry. And they all had come from a dollar store. And then for the chalk paint, I'm using Annie Sloan Original, which used to be called Old White. And I also picked up this can opener and a stir stick at a Dollarama, and I thought that was pretty great because I always was always looking for a screwdriver to open my paint. As you can see, my white Annie Sloan paint is a little dry, but that's not a problem because I just add a little bit of water, stir it up, and it's like brand new again. There is just enough in there for this project. So the first thing that I'm going to do is do an outline on the bottom of it, and I'm using just a white water-based marker. You can barely see it, but you see it enough for me to know where I want the white paint to finish. I just wanted to have a bit of a guide where I wanted to stop. Once I was finished drawing the outline, I take a small brush and go over the outline with the paint, so then I have even more of a defined design on it. I would also like to mention that this video is part of a Thrift Flip Thursday that is hosted by Savannah from Savvy Crafts with Savannah, and her co-host is Shaina from Robinson Repurposing. I hope I said that right. And they had asked us to flip a thrift item that is $10 or below, which mine is at $7. So I will have both of their channels linked down below, as well as the playlist. So make sure you go ahead and check both of them out. They do wonderful things on their channel. Lots of thrift flips, furniture makeovers. So so the channels are going to be linked down below, as well as the playlist for even more thrift flip ideas. So now I move on with painting the vase with the white paint, and I tried using the sponge paint, but I wasn't loving the way it was shaping out, so I ended up getting this brush from Dollarama as well, and this worked really well. So I covered the whole area with one coat before I move on to the next step. So as you can see, I am not painting the handles, and this will definitely need one more coat because the brush strokes were a little too intense and showing up a little more than I would like. So now I'm going to move on to using my acrylic paint, and I make myself a little paint board with mixing all these acrylic paints together. And I will be using a small sponging brush from this one, I believe came from Dollar Tree, and it's just a sponge brush, but it is meant for like stenciling or sponging stuff on. And I am dabbing it into all the paints, and then just have a little area where I just see whether the paint is where I want it to be before I go on to the handles. That's why I ended up adding the black as well, because I wasn't quite happy with the brightness of the other colors. So I'm just blending it all together before I put it on the handles. And then I go around and sponge it on all over the handle, on the inside, outside. And I love using the sponging method instead of brushing it on, because it gives it almost texture to it. You will see once I'm done and I do a little close-up, but I want to say that it looked rusty, but it also looked like it had a bit of a leather texture to it. I don't know, it's kind of a really neat texture. Once I was done sponging it on, I just went with a little tiny brush just to cover up any mess that I made with the sponge on the white paint.
Let's forget about a curfew, 'cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it, 'cause it don't.
If this is your first time stopping by my channel, my name is Sonja, and this is my DIY channel where I share thrift store flips, furniture makeovers, and dollar store DIYs. So if this is something that interests you, I would love it if you consider becoming part of my YouTube family and pressing that notification bell and a subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future uploads. And if you are feeling adventurous, make sure you head on over to my description box where you will find my other two channels, a cooking channel and a home channel, as well as all the links to all of my other social medias. Instagram is a great place to follow me because I post daily happenings and sneak peeks to my upcoming projects. Now I move on to a second coat of the white paint. I'm not going overly heavy with the paint, just putting it in areas where I feel that it needs it.
Let's live
And if you've been watching my channel for a while, let me know down below in the comments which type of DIYs do you prefer. Do you like watching thrift flips? Do you like watching dollar store DIYs? Or do you watch furniture makeovers? I would love to know. So once I was done with painting it, I moved on to another step where I am doing a paint splatter on the bottom of the vase. The paint splatter is where you dip the paint and then you flick it off the brush with your finger. I guess that's the best terminology you're gonna get for this process. I would like to just warn you, it is very messy, so make sure that if there's things behind it that you don't want to get paint on it, move it, because you will get paint on places where you didn't think you would.
Or maybe two, 'cause yesterday I lost control and said some things I felt that you should know. I need a day to clear my mind and leave it all behind.
So here it is. I absolutely love the way it turned out, and I think it's gonna go great anywhere I put it in my house because it's just the right type of a decor. And here are the handles that I was telling you about. Let me know what you think. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.
Repeating the same mistakes. I did them all before.